Okay, so here we are. We're at the end of the second pass, and looking really good. Nice and flat. Everything went in there well.
And can you see the start and stop?
Really good start and stop. You can see there's no issues with that.
Okay.
So we're good to continue.
Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to talk about before we move on. So on the CWB papers, I believe it says we can put one pass down and one kind of in the middle and then one pointing up. Sometimes I try to do it in two and I just go one really slow and one really slow across the top, but sometimes that's harder to do. So you can put one pass pointing down, one in the middle, and then one on top. Always build from the bottom up, like you're building a house. You don't start at the top and go down. And, what was I gonna say? 1, 2, 3. I don't remember what I was gonna say, but I'll say it when I remember.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, so when we weld, you wanna make sure that our puddle doesn't go over the bottom edge of the, so we don't want our puddle to go past the bottom edge of this plate here. We're gonna put a nice big fillet weld in there, but we don't want it to flow past the bottom edge of that plate, okay? Because you want to have a nice straight edge to work off from doing your cap. Ready?
Yep.
So you can see the bottom edge of the puddle is just raising the edge of the plate. And my arm is too high, so I'm shaking a little bit. I might position this just a tiny bit lower so I'm more comfortable. But it's okay.
So again, no stops or restarts, and come all the way through on this one. Keep it nice and smooth up to your, like Carly said, bring the slag's going to be right on the edge, but not flowing over the edge of that bottom plate. And there we go, off the end of the runoff tab again. Okay, so when she chips that slag off, you're going to see it's just right on the edge. So if your slag isn't coming off that easily, you're doing something wrong. So that one went in pretty good.
So again, I like to try to do this fill in 2 passes, but I'm gonna do it in 3 here. That might be a little better.
Okay, so pay attention to the angle of approach. Again, gotta have a really tight arc. And right off the end of the tab again. Okay, you can see there's no big spatter anywhere. It's looking good. That slag's going to come out pretty easily by the looks of it. Just give it a couple seconds to cool off. There you go. Just a quick little scrape across the top, and then it's ready for another weld. So we want to try to get up into that beveled side and get that profile flattened out. So far everything's going as planned.
And I'm going to be pointing up almost like I'm welding overhead now. Here we go. Are you ready?
See the change of the angle?
Ready?
Yep. Again, always a really tight arc. He's looking at that top toe of the weld and trying to blend it in and keep it even all the way through.
I like to make really good use of my runoff tabs so that when I do my cap, it goes full all the way to the ends.
Yeah, that's right. If you utilize those runoffs properly, when you get to your final weld, it'll make the ends look a lot tidier. So we've got a really good profile there. This plate's starting to get lots of heat in it, so we'll just let it calm down a little bit. Okay, so that's what it looks like after that's cleaned off. Again, you can see there's no spatter anywhere. We don't have any sharp edges on our toes where slag can get trapped. So we're ready for another pass here.
So this is where you really want to watch your rod angle. Dave, no, I'm good. You really want to watch your rod angle here and make sure that you're not pointing up too much, you're not putting down. You want to be have a tiny little bit of an inclination. You don't want to be dragging too much, just a tiny little bit of drag so that you're not pushing. And a nice tight arc. And you don't want to travel too slow, but you don't want to travel too fast. And I put my rod just above the edge of the plate so that the puddle just kind of lops over the edge of the bevel. Gravity brings it down for you. Nervous this time with Lucas watching.
There we go. So again, come right off into the tabs. Okay, so there's that pass. Probably going to finish it off with two more.
Ready?
Yep.
This time when you put this next pass in, you have to really focus on the bottom. Like your first pass, you want the bottom of your puddle to be riding along the center of that first pass you put there. So you really got to watch your puddle when you weld this. pointing up a little bit too much.
There we go, that one went in pretty well. Okay, so that one went in the way it should. One more weld, and that should do it. Our height's good, movement's good.
Right?
Okay.
Oh man, should I turn it down? For this last pass, you could get a little bit of undercut. It's quite common that this happens, but if you hold a really tight arc length and you're on the right angle, you shouldn't get any undercut, really. Well, let's see how it goes.
Yep. Okay, so that should have done it.
Okay.
Clean it off and see what it looks like.
Don't do that. It looks like a flat weld.
Here you go, we got no spatter. Okay, so there we go. We got a pretty good profile. Nice and steady. That's a good one.